This is our last practice, number 11, welding process. This process is one of the most used in the joining process of two different particles of or more different parts of a process. We will see the importance of this manufacturing process.
Okay, these are the parts for the welding process. This is the pressure regulator. This is the earth cable and the earth clamp. For the procedure, this is the consumable electrode. These are the working pieces or the stable pieces. This machine is used when we are going to work with the metal arc welding. Before starting the procedure, it's important to know all the specifications that we have to consider in the practice. First of all, we have to use a welding mask like this. This is important because the light that the moment of doing the welding can damage our vision. Also, we have to use gloves and a welding apron. And the most important, we have to use safety shoes.
Okay. Well, to turn on our machine, we have to power our machine and select the type of welding that we are going to do. In this case, we're going to welding with electrodes. So we need to make sure that our tool is well connected and we are ready to start.
Correct.
Once the machine are ready to start, we need to make sure that the air clamp is well connected and to put our electrode in another clamp, and we are ready to start welding. The important point is that you need the safety clothes.
Yeah.
We have three different ways of welding processes. So the first one is in a straight line. You only need to do this move. The second one is in zigzag, like this. And the last one is making circles, like this. Here we have some examples. The circle of move, the straight move, and the zigzag move. And some mistakes, if you can see, if you don't have a continuous move and slowly also, you will have these types of mistakes that the line doesn't continue. Another mistakes are if you let more time than necessary the electrode, so you are in danger of the electrode to get stuck in that position, for example in this part.
There are two important considerations when we are doing this welding process. The first one is our space. It must be closed and it must be secure, because this process produces about 30,000 degrees. So the importance to be a second point to dress well the equipment security.
An electric arc is a discharge between two electrodes are produced in the current unison of gases that are in the nature can be present in sparks, and in weld use, it's used in the welding process. Mm, In the welding process, there are two types or electrodes: the non-consumable electrodes and the consumable electrodes. The difference between these two types is that in the consumable, the material has a physical change that it's consumed until it's gone, and in the consumable, the electrodes now disappear.
I will mention the description of shelled metal arc welding and gas metal arc welding. In SMEAW, or shielded metal arc welding, is a method that makes use of stick electrodes in which the electrode surface is coated with a layer of flux. As the electrode melts, the flux gives off a shielded gas. In GMAW, or gas metal arc welding, is a method in which a wire electrode is used for welding and a flux is not added. A shielded gas is ejected directly from the welding gun. In the gas metal arc welding is a method in which a wire electrode is used for welding and a flux is not added. I will tell you the three basic specifications and testing techniques in welding. The first one is weld procedure specifications. It states the instructions of how to make a weld. The second one is called procedure qualification record, and it states the parameters and results of a weld. And the last one, it's called welder performance qualification, and it gives the results and a range of approval of the weld.
The differences between shielded metal and gas metal are that the shielded metal it's used to weld ferrous metals like carbon steel, stainless steel, alloy steel, cast iron, and ductile iron, while in gas metal can be used for alloys and metals like stainless steel, milled steel, and aluminum. The shielded metal has the lowest cost when compared with the gas metal, since it does not require a gas cylinder, flow meter, or wire feeder. In gas metal, for example, the wastage is reduced as there are no electrode stops like in shielded metal. To sum it up, the shielded metal electrodes are solid with an external covering of flux. On the other hand, the gas metal uses an externally supplied, externally shielding gas rather than flux.
There is a table of designation of coated mild electrodes. As we can see here, this is the designation that we can give to one electrode. The first letter is the letter A for electrode. The next two numbers are the strength in PSI or key SI. The third number is the position, and finally, the last one is the type of coating and current. The third number is the position. It can be flat, horizontal, vertical, overhead, or down, or another. In the last number, type of coating and current, is a digit that indicates the kind of metal. For example, iron powder, potassium, or sodium, or another.
This was a different practice for me because when I tried to do the procedure, it was so difficult for me to do it right, and I think that this process it's very complex because required a human sense to do it. And I think that that's the reason, because this process is it's one of the non-automatism.
This practice was a novelty for me because I have never seen before this process closer than in the practice, and understand that this is an important manufacturing process in many industries.
This practice was very interesting for me, even though it was a little scary. I think welding it's very important in the engineering because it has a huge range of different applications, and it can get more specialized in more technical metals or another application.